what I'm thinking now is probably just have fences underneath the wooden platform, so it's kind of just like it's holding up. It's cantilevered. Cantilever, yeah. So it's gonna be cantilevered out from this giant block of cobble. And I'm thinking, should we still have a cobblestone boundary around the edge of that platform? Probably not. What about logs? Should we have logs? We can have logs. Logs and fences as cantilever structure. Yes, okay. So let me try that. I haven't really described what I'm gonna do, but let me just kind of grab some things and then we'll see what it looks like after I've built what I'm thinking right now, and then we can decide. Okay. Down here we're not gonna have railings. We're just gonna have that as the boundary to the path down here. So it's not really, it's gonna be like that. So it's gonna be raised a little bit, but you can walk over it quite easily if you really want to. Nothing. Okay, we're gonna. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Just that once. I don't want to damage these trees too much, because they're the glitch trees. They're pretty special. Should get rid of the snow on top of them though. Alright, so that's the cobblestone there, and then that's the half slab, or the smooth slab there, and then there's cobblestone there. Oh, fail. And then I haven't really decided what to do on this side. Interesting. I think what we should do is that. Or no, that's right, and this in fact should also be that. Which means that here we also need a similar thing. And all this stuff doesn't really need to be cobble. There we go. What am I doing? What am I doing? That. There we go. That there. And then step and step and step. And then we get to this point. That's a little strange. I think... Oh, this really should be cobble, shouldn't it? Because we are on top of the other cobble. Let me just get rid of... Yeah, okay. Let's get rid of this. And make this cobble. Which means this should really be a block. There we go. So that's that. And then what? That should... Okay, we're gonna cobble this up. Cobble all the way up. Here. Alright, we'll cobble that up. And logs? I guess we can do logs out there, and then cobble this up. And then... Okay, I don't know if that gives us enough headroom back here. Not really, right? Alright, we're not gonna use blocks, we're gonna use slabs. Gonna keep this thin, so we have enough headroom underneath this little bit. There we go. That gives us more headroom. And then maybe here we can... Oh, that's not right. Maybe here we can have a little bit more. There. And then this in fact should be higher, which means that should be higher. And I also haven't decided what to do about that bit. It's just above us. I'm making this up as I go, so I'm not really sure about all of this. Alright, so then here I'm gonna do logs. Just don't really know which way to put the logs. I guess we will logs, and then the other side we will logs, and then here we'll go this way, and then above that we'll put fences. Right, so that's the balcony, as it were, and then here slabs. Not really sure if this is the best thing to do, to be honest, but there we go, we've done it. Alright, we need more torches around here, I think. Oh, no we don't. Well, maybe we... Nope, no we don't. Alright, so there's the balcony. That's kinda nice from up here. That's a little strange. Maybe that should be slabs instead. I think this should be slabs instead. Yes, okay, change of mind. We're gonna make this slabs. And I guess the slabs start there, don't they? Alright, so we change that to slabs. Not sure about that, but we're gonna stick with it for now. I still haven't figured out what to do with the other side of the wall there, but for now we're going to fill in the underneath of that staircase, because that looks a bit strange there. And then we're going to do the underside of this. Alright, let's just pillar up. And pillar up some more. Oh, that's not right. So we're gonna fill this in. And then down here, I'm thinking logs. I see there. And I need to go across. Log. Log. Okay, so the log is going to stick out 4? Or all the way out 5? And then above that, fences. Interesting. Interesting arrangement. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. It's an unusual structure. Right, 5, and then oh no, I'm gonna fall to my death if I. Let's see if I can do this. No, I can't. Okay. Alright, underneath that we are going to do 1, 2, 3. Is this a plausible cantilever? Do we have any structural engineers looking at this video? I guess this looks plausible to me. I don't know. Those seem a little thin, don't they? Let me just look at that and reconsider that. I don't want it to be a full block because that looks too thick. But the little fences, they look a little thin to me. Maybe I put in more fences instead of just the 2 little sticks. I put fences along the whole thing. Maybe that would look more plausible. What does that look like? Yeah, that looks over-engineered. In fact, it looks like it's too bulky. It's more bulky than it needs to be. That looks much more bulky than it needs to be, doesn't it? Alright, we don't. That looks cool like that though. Look at that. Maybe we save it just because it looks like that. Yeah, that looks cool. Look at that. Alright, we're gonna keep it because that looks cool there. That looks pretty badass there too. Okay, let's see if we. Oops. Oh wow, I just did it again. Alright, let's see if we like this more. I think we do. I think I do like that more. Alright. It looks pretty badass from this angle. Not so much from straight across, but that's okay. That's fine. Alright, so there's a thing up here that I need to pick up. There we go. And then we're gonna put more fences. And then more fences here. Alright, what's gonna happen? Alright, great. Is that the whole staircase? I think that's the whole staircase. I think we've sorted out the foundations for the whole staircase, because that goes all the way up to. Oh wait, no, the other side, the cliff side of the staircase. We have to figure that part out. All right, so this is fine. This is all fine. That is wow. That's really massive. I wonder about that. Oh well. All right. That's pretty amazing. And up and out onto the balcony, and then up to here. We can consider this top bit later when we when we think about the paths on top of the mountain. Now the side of the cliff. What should I do? Should I just change it to smooth stone? I can just change it to smooth stone. And I think that would be enough. Yeah, okay, let's just change it to smooth stone and just have it as the cliff face. Alright. Not make things too complicated. I like this, actually. It's a bit much there. I might have to change something here. Probably have water coming out. Like that pier, that cobblestone pier seems really big. But aside from that, I like the rest of it. Although once we put the